I'm Tom Henson, and welcome to Inside Wofford Golf, presented by the South Carolina Elections Commission. Today, talking with women's golf coach Angie Ridgway. Angie, love having you part of this today.
Thanks, Tom. So glad to be a part of this.
Let's talk about your golf career, and I want to go all the way back. How did you first get involved in golf? When did you first start playing?
I started as a kid. You're jogging my memory here, going way back. I started as a kid, and like many females, my dad played golf. And so I started as a kid because my dad played. 7 years old, I was young, but we were very fortunate. Had a PGA professional that had a fantastic junior golf program. I grew up in Indiana, and so that's how I started. But I just had a knack for the game. I'm not gonna say it came easy because golf doesn't come easy to anyone. Yeah. But I loved it. I loved that everything was either my fault or all the glory was mine, but all the faults were mine too. I didn't have anybody to blame, or I didn't have to rely on anybody. So I stuck with golf. I also loved basketball as a kid. In Indiana, you have to love basketball.
You do, yes.
And so I stuck with both until I went to college at App State. And from there, I continued to compete, and I developed the hunger for competing at a higher level. And so I tried professional golf and scraped my way through a 16-year career as a professional, 12 years on the LPGA Tour. It's a hard gig, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. Yeah. Golf has been my life from the time when I knew my career was winding down as a player. I knew I wanted to coach. It was going to be my way to give back. Yeah. And it's I would say playing was fulfilling. Coaching is just incredibly fulfilling because there are so many facets. Seeing these kids as they come in as young adults and develop, not only as golfers, of course, but coaches are in it for another reason besides just their sport. And it's just incredibly fulfilling to see these young ladies flourish in the college setting. I like being part of it.
Very cool. Why Wofford? Why did you start your career at Wofford? Why are you still at Wofford?
Great question. Honestly, I didn't know a ton about Wofford, except that I knew that it was a prestigious place. It was a high academic institution. And as I got to know more about Wofford, when the coaching opportunity came along, I just fell in love with not only the beauty of Wofford that everyone falls in love with, but the people of Wofford. This place is just different, and I love being part of the community that we have here. And the alumni base is strong, and people become members of Wofford. They are in it for life, and that kind of got a hold of me. I love it.
I assume you use that in your recruiting pitch.
Absolutely.
About all of those different facets of Wofford.
Absolutely, because we do get that question. And when recruits, and especially parents, recognize that I've been here this long, I'm in my 21st year, that question comes up. And so I'm happy for it to happen. Ask me that, because I want to pitch why I am here. I've had other opportunities, but I have chosen to stay here because I love the people and just the community feel of Wofford and what we represent.
Let's talk about the women's game of golf. It's changed a lot over the years. What have you seen as some of the most changes that probably I would think have been for the positive for women in the sport?
Well, I would start by saying probably the depth of the women's game. At our level, and certainly at the professional level, just the depth has tremendously changed. The other thing I would say would be the fact that the women hit the ball so much farther than they used to. I know the guys hit it miles. The women hit it miles too. And it's amazing to see. It has just changed the game in such a positive and exciting way. I've had the good fortune to see one day of the Solheim Cup this fall in September, And it's the first time I'd seen professional golf in person on the women's side in quite a few years. It was so exciting. It was so exciting, and I just love seeing that growth and knowing that somewhere along the line I was part of that.
Yeah, very cool. You mentioned the Solheim Cup. Individuals competing in a team format, that's college golf.
Boy, it is.
How does that, talk about that, an individual sport, but you're competing for the benefit of a team?
It's such a change because golf is really not, I mean, you said it, it's not a team sport. And our players come in from junior golf, from high school golf, and they're used to playing pretty much for their score. They're focused on their game and their score. And so it's mostly changing mindset and knowing that every decision you make on the golf course affects more than just you. And so being more responsible with our decision making and our course strategy, because as players we have an effect on our teammates, not just what we're shooting. And so it's changing that mindset when they get here and constantly working on better course management for that reason.
All right, let's talk about your fall schedule. You guys have played in a couple of tournaments at Elon. East Carolina hosted one. What did you see from your team? What did you like from those first couple of tournaments?
I saw that they are grinders because our first two events were definitely rain and mud events. We had both of those events you mentioned were rain shortened. We played in the rain for 36 holes, and they ended up being shortened to 36 holes. I learned that they are grinders, and they, whatever the conditions, are going to hang in there and fight for the best score they can get. And as a coach, I love seeing that. We finished right in the middle of the pack of that first tournament, I think 6th out of 14 or something like that. And then the second event, we were 5th out of 14 or 15. So not bad. We'd like better. Our sights are set higher than that, of course, yes. But I saw some really good scoring. Bella Kent, lights out at ECU, shot 71-68. I wish she'd have had a third round because she was on fire and making a ton of birdies. So it's fun to see that. But we have more depth and they're grinders, and that's what I ask of them. Just be a fighter.
All right, you've got one coming up here soon. You're staying in Spartanburg, hosting your own tournament out at Carolina Country Club, and then you'll wrap up your fall schedule at Fripp. I think Upstate's hosting that one. Kind of what are you looking for, I guess, coming up in this next tournament and then just moving forward?
I hope we get to play 54 holes next week at Carolina.
Good forecast.
The forecast looks fantastic for October in South Carolina. So looking for, of course, we want a top 3 finish. We'd love to win our home tournament, but we can't focus on that. We got to focus on playing, as they say, one shot at a time and just staying present. And that's a big challenge, but that's the one that we've got to focus on, just playing one shot at a time.
Let's talk about something cool you guys have coming up at Homecoming, that you're partnering with the men's golf team on a skins shootout opportunity to not only for some people to win some money thanks to their golf abilities, but also to benefit your program and the men's program.
Yes, we're starting something new that we think is really exciting, and we want to see what we can do with it and how much it will grow. South Carolina Election Commission is sponsoring this event, and we look forward to some excitement. It is truly a skins game, and there will be some big bucks on the line, but it's also an opportunity to raise some good money for Wofford Golf. And our teams will be out there and be supporting the event, but we can't wait to get some alumni or just friends of Wofford to come and support us in this adventure. Now,
are your girls going to be giving pointers, telling some folks, reading some putts and stuff like that?
Sure. We'll make them available as caddies and whatever we need to do. Awesome.
That's going to be a great time. And again, a great benefit to both your program and Todd's program.
Yep. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Angie, appreciate your time. Appreciate everything that you do for Wofford. And glad we got to talk. Looking forward to doing this some more.
Appreciate your time, Tom. Thanks for having me.
That's Angie Ridgway, head women's golf coach at Wofford. We're going to take a little break. When we come back, we'll talk to Bella Kent. You're watching Inside Wofford Golf, presented by the South Carolina Elections Commission.
Black and gold, bold, A victory story about to be told. Grit, toughness, and tenacity. A hub of hard work in Hub City. We're on these wins like dogs on a bone. In the zone. Our place, in your face, won't leave you alone. Strength, speed, fire, true. I'm sorry, do these things trouble you? We're Wofford College. We fly the W. Ingalls, proud partner of the Wofford Terriers.
Did you know Ingalls only sells USDA Choice and Prime cuts of meat? Maybe it's time to reward yourself. Our butchers cut all our meat fresh in the store every day. Grass-fed, organic, you name it. Not only that, we'll even cut it to order just the way you like it. And we grind meat fresh in the store multiple times a day. It's all in the bag. That's the best meat in town for the best folks in town. Ingalls, low prices, love the savings.
Welcome back to Inside Wofford Golf, presented by the South Carolina Elections Commission. I'm Tom Henson, joined now by Wofford golfer Bella Kent. Bella, nice to have you on today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's talk about your golf career. When did you start playing, and when did the love for the game start?
So I used to live in Dubai for a few years with my family, and we lived on a golf course, and some of my friends did it, so I just joined in. But then I didn't start kind of competitively playing till probably 16, so I was later into the competitive side of it.
What's your favorite thing about golf?
I think just being able to meet so many different people, and then coming over here and meeting people from all around the world is just fun.
All right. How did you end up at Wofford? What's your recruiting story, and what do you love about Wofford?
As I said, I got into it quite late, so I didn't have much time, but I just emailed. I kind of stayed on the East Coast because I didn't want to be too far away from home. And then I reached out to Coach, and we started talking, and I really liked her. And then I came on a visit a year before I joined, and I just loved it. I loved the small feeling of it, and the team were really nice. And then I signed on pretty much immediately.
All right, let's talk about the fall season. You had a nice tournament here recently with a high finish. What's the fall schedule been like so far? What are you looking to improve in this upcoming tournament and the last one in November?
Yeah, I mean, it's actually been quite like home because it's been raining both tournaments. So the third round's been cancelled both times. But yeah, I mean, the first tournament I had a good first round and then just a not good second round. And I just kind of tried to stay calm and trust what I was doing, spoke to my coaches a bit from home. And yeah, the second one just kind of all came together. And I'm fortunate not to get it over the line and get the win. But yeah, it was good.
Coach said she wished you could have played that third round because you were really starting to heat up.
Yeah. I mean, I played with the girl that won, and I mean, she just couldn't miss her putts. But I think, yeah, if we'd had another round, maybe it would have been a different story.
All right, I'm going to ask you kind of some rapid fire questions here. What's your favorite club in your bag?
Putter.
Why?
At the moment, it's just going well. It's saving me a little bit. So yeah, it's good.
What's your favorite course you've ever played?
It's called Sunningdale. It's near me at home, and it's just amazing.
What makes it so great?
The fairways just feel like carpets, and it's just perfect. It's like no piece of grass is out of place on it.
All right, course you most want to play that you've never played before?
Definitely Augusta. I feel like a popular answer, but definitely. Yeah.
I think it is the right answer. And you and I talked off camera that you got a chance to go there last year for the women's tournament.
Yeah.
And so your first impression when you walked on the course was what?
I mean, my first impression was it is hilly, and I didn't think it was going to be hilly. And all the commentators said it, but I'm like, no, like, surely not. But it was, and it was just amazing. Like every, I don't know, like plant and everything was just perfect.
Who's your favorite golfer?
At the moment, Nelly Calder. She's unstoppable in the women's game. So yeah.
What do you like about her game?
I think she's just so cool about it, and she just kind of she just hits long shots, and yeah, she's just cool.
All right. Have you decided on a major yet here at Wofford?
Yeah, I haven't declared yet, but I'm double majoring in math and finance.
Oh my goodness, math.
Yeah.
All right. Where the interest in math?
I've just always liked it, and I did it for my high school grades. We just do 3 subjects, so math was one of them, and then I just did a couple classes here, and I really liked it. So yeah.
So you like calculus, and
yeah.
Okay, that's not normal, right?
No, it's not normal.
Okay,
it's
right.
not normal.
I get the finance part.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right. Beyond Wofford, after graduation, where do you want to do?
I'm not really sure. I mean, golf's definitely in the picture, so I'm just going to keep on working at that and see where that can go. But if not, I have no clue, to be honest.
You got time.
Yeah,
You got plenty of time.
Yeah.
And finally, I want to ask you, just what's the relationship like with you and your teammates? I mean, talk about like team chemistry and what you enjoyed about being together.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it's a small team, but yeah, most of us don't live together, and we'll always go to dinner together, lunch together, and when we're on the course, it's not like other sports. You can talk and you're having a laugh the whole time, and it's just good fun. Yeah.
I'll add something to that. Golf's an individual sport, but you're playing for a team win.
Yeah.
What's that like for you?
I mean, I like it. There's so much competitiveness in it. I guess it's like if you had two soccer players in the same position, you're fighting to be the number one on the team and to beat everyone on the team, but then you're also rooting for everyone at the same time. So I think it's a good mix of competition between each other, but then, happy for each other when you do well.
All right, Belle, Coach Ridgway told me that when there's a little downtime on the course, you do something a little different to pass the time. What's that?
Yeah, I mean, college golf rounds can be slow, so I like solving Rubik's cubes. So I have 2 in my bag, and I just get them out, and I'll sit there and do them. Or if I'm walking and I just don't want to think about golf, I'll just do a Rubik's cube.
All right, how long does it take you to complete one?
I try and say under a minute, but we'll see.
Okay, she's doing this under a minute. I've never finished one in my entire life, and I'm 50 years old. So that's that math coming in, right?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'm not good at math, but that's really cool. Is anybody else doing that? I mean, you got to be the only one on the course.
No, there's a few other things, like some girls will do crosswords and all of that just to take your mind off golf. But no, I've never seen anyone with a Rubik's Cube.
Awesome. Let's keep it up. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Hey, we're glad you're at Wofford. Best of luck the rest of the fall season into the spring.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for watching Inside Wofford Golf, presented by the South Carolina Elections Commission. Keep watching. We'll have another one of these in the next month. But I appreciate you tuning in, and go Terriers.
3, 2, 1. Wow.
Kidding me?
That is
Under a minute.
that is great.